Just being present with what is. This is the doorway to gentleness and to acceptance within our own being. Just let yourself feel that you're entering that doorway. Part of acceptance is a deep compassion for our own self. And being is the release of perfection, the need for perfection. There will always be one loose thread that we can't get completely tied up, no matter how fast we move and how much we strive for the highest level in whatever we do. There will always be a loose thread. And that's the naturalness of life. It's the wildness of nature. And from moving so far away from that wildness of nature in ways that were helpful for us as a culture, as a society, also what we lost was that ease of being. So the feminine approach to practice can be to turn toward that space first within and allow ease to arise. And when we do that in ourselves, we will be able to allow that in others. Summer is the season of the fire element. And we know that it's rising in nature as we move closer to the sun. And this means that the fire element is also rising in our bodies as well. And for some of us, depending on our constitution, the rising of fire is invigorating. It's invigorating for all of us. But for some of us, it can be a little too heating and stimulating. So just turn toward yourself with awareness. What is your relationship to fire? If you're more of a kapha person, then that fire is going to be really good because it's helping to move, to warm the water, to boil the water that can be stagnant for kapha. It'll warm you up if you're vata, but it'll burn us up a little too much if we're pitta. And for all of us, we need to be aware that fire, when it becomes too hot, can create impatience and irritability, anger, frustration, and judgment. And then when it becomes really turned up, it can be highly critical and destructive. So we want the brightness and the positive aspect of fire, which is the tejas, that which can help us to transform, but which doesn't destroy by being too hot. healthy transformation, healthy destruction. But for the most part, we all need to stay cool. We need to stay really cool this summer. I have a few key words for the Pitta season of fire. And these relate to everything in our life right now. Cooling, relaxing, surrendering, forgiving, gentle, and diffusive. So we know each season has a personality like a human being and an energy that we are asked to submit to. And summer is the time for happiness and play and joy. Happiness and play and abundance and celebration. The increased fire element in nature lends to slowing down and allowing more leisure and more play. Can you feel that? Don't you have that feeling like you'd like to just lounge around on the porch, drinking an iced tea or something, and not work and not? It's the space of the Great Mother. So summer is really inviting us to this experience, that feeling of total okayness and permission to just be and explore and not be pressured in any way by anything outside of oneself. And of course, nature is so abundant at this time, all the flowers and the luscious trees. Now it's really lush since we've had so much water. So it's really the time for us to be outside and just be, commune with nature and play with each other, be with our friends and our family, and allow for happiness, allowing ourselves to be unencumbered. There's no escaping the attention of the opposites. And this is, our whole life. We just have to somehow dance in the middle of all the opposites and try to find freedom and balance. Closing statement. Let's go have a rhubarb tequila.